A lot of us think that the flesh is just lust after worldly desires or overindulgent in certain things, but the flesh can be anything. Hi, I'm Tevin, but you guys can call me T. Recently, I've come to the understanding that in the Bible, when it speaks about flesh, it isn't just talking about your lustful natures or your desires for certain things that you know are wrong. It could be talking about anything. And I have some scriptures to back that up. First one, Galatians 5 verse 19 to 21. Now, the works of the flesh are evident: sexual immoralities, impurity, idolatry, jealousy, fits of anger, rivalries, dissension, division, envy. Notice, those aren't just worldly pleasures, they're heart conditions. That's flesh. The flesh can be how your heart is, your behavior. Here's the next one, Galatians 5 verse 16 to 17. For the flesh desire what is contrary to the spirit, they are in conflict with each other. The flesh isn't just pleasure, it's anything inside you pulling against God's nature. That's bars. Here's the next one, 1 John 2 verse 16. For all that is in the world, the lust of the flesh, the lust of the eyes, and the pride of life is not from the Father. There it is, the pride of life. That's ego. That's status, that's validation, image, wanting to be seen, wanting to be superior. And I've fallen for this one. I got so confident, then I became too overconfident, and I felt my pride pushing up, saying, yo, I'm better than these people. I get that thought so many times throughout the day. You can't be intimidated by others, because at the end of the day, you and them are on the same level. I'm not better than you and you're not better than me. So I'm not intimidated by you. But there comes a point where I get too overconfident and my pride starts pushing up, saying I'm better than them. And it takes humility to put back myself on the same level, because all of us are made in the image of God. So why should I think that I'm better than you, or why should you think that you're better than me, when all of us are made from one? All of us are made in the image of one. Yo, that's bars. Here's the next one, Philippians 2 verse 3. Do nothing out of selfish ambitions or vain conceit. Selfish ambitions equals flesh. Vain conceit equals pride, the same thing I was talking about. You can want to win spiritually and still be in the flesh. Romans 8 verse 5 to 8. Those who live according to the flesh have their mind set on what the flesh desires. See? Mindset, your way of thinking. It's not just thinking of overconfident. Bam. The flesh can be insecurities, how you see yourself when you know you're not supposed to see yourself like that. The flesh could be depression. The flesh is your mindset. How you perceive life is how life looks back at you. The way how you perceive life is how you experience life. The temple of God is within you. If you see the world as having lack of certain things, or if internally you think you lack certain things, the world's gonna lack that. And that's the flesh, because your flesh keeps telling you that you lack something, and you're gonna project that on the outside, thinking the world is lacking something. That's what insecurity does. The flesh is a way of thinking, not just behavior. Here's our next one, Jeremiah 17 verse 9. The heart is deceitful above all things. Sometimes flesh is disguised as I just feel led, but it's ego or insecurities or control. You see? I said insecurities before. Wanting to control something, wanting to control a situation or outcome, instead of leaving that in God's hand. Wanting to prove we are better than someone. We're ego. And I've met a lot of egotistic person. I work with one, and as soon as his ego get bruised, but I won't get into that topic right now. The flesh isn't just lust. The flesh is pride. The flesh is needing to be right. The flesh is wanting attention. The flesh is wanting applause. The flesh is wanting comparison. The flesh is ego dressed as ambition. The flesh can be anything that we overindulge in. The flesh can be anything that we know is wrong. The flesh could be your mindset. The flesh could be your heart posture. The flesh could be the way how you treat yourself, the way how you carry yourself, the way how you treat others. The flesh is what you overindulge in. The flesh could look as something positive, but in reality it is negative. In spirit it is negative. So the flesh can be anything. You just have to use your discernment and God's help that you're not deceived by the flesh. Peace.